Hi friends, thank you so much for coming back to craft with me today, and welcome to my channel if you are new here. My name is Alyssa, and a few of you had requested a tutorial on this very little journal, and I do have a flip through of this. I will link it down below if you missed it. But today's video, I'm just going to show you how to construct one of these journals or mini albums, whatever you want it to be. So let's just jump right into the tutorial and we can make one of these together. So the very little journal here has 10 pages or 20 front and back. So that's how many pages I'm going to put in my album today. But you can always adjust that. You can do more or less, whatever you want to do. So first, I'm just going to start with the two sheets that I'm using for the cover. So I'm just using solid colored cardstock here, and it is 65-pound cardstock. So for the cover, I'm using two sheets and they both measure 7 inches across by 6 inches because the whole entire journal or album is going to be 6 by 6. So I'm just going to line it up at the 7-inch side and score at 1 inch. And I'm going to do the same thing for my other sheet and line it up at 7 inches and score it at 1 inch. The very little journal did have a 1-inch spine, so I'm just going to make this exactly like how I did that one. So we're just going to fold this 1-inch score back and forth on both of our pages or covers, because essentially I'm just going to be overlapping the 1-inch sections to create my book. But I'm not going to do that yet. I'm just going to put these two pieces aside for now, and I'm going to grab my pages and get those ready. So I do have 10 of these using that same paper, and these measure 6.5 inches across by 6 inches tall. So pretty much all of these we're going to be lining up at the 6.5 inch side and scoring at 1/2 inch because we want that little hinge to attach all of our pages inside of our book. So let's go ahead and do that. Again, 6.5 inches, we're going to score at 1/2 inch. So I'm simply going to have to flip mine to have my tab here on the left. And then you can go ahead and fold that over back and forth so that each of our pages will have this 1/2 inch hinge. So I'm going to do that for all of my pages. Okay, so this is all 10 of my sheets done with the 1/2 inch tabs. And then we're going to grab just our front cover here. So again, this is going to be the spine. And we're going to just start gluing all of our pages into the spine. So actually, let me move my scoreboard. And so I'm going to pop some glue right on the front of the tab, and then I'm going to be folding it back and attaching it to the spine that way. So you can use double-sided tape for this or glue, whatever you want to do. So I'm going to fold that tab back now and just attach it as close as possible to the score line here. You can go ahead and just burnish that. We're going to turn the page and grab our next sheet and do the same exact thing. So I'm going to put the tab back, and now I'm going to put this one as close as I can just to this score line here now. So, I mean, I guess you're not putting it as close to the score line as possible. You're leaving just like a tiny, tiny bit of space in between each of your pages, if you can see that. Because since we have a lot of pages that we're going to be putting in here, we just want to make sure that there's enough room for all of them to fit in this 1-inch spine. Of course, you can always create a bigger spine too if you want to do that, but I'm just trying to make this exactly like the Very Little Journal. So I'm just going to continue with this process now and glue all of my pages down until I've reached the end. So looking back at my journal here, I realized that I did leave a little bit extra space between my front inside cover and my first page in my signature. So this one here in the front, I kind of went a little bit too close to the score line here on my front inside cover. So what I'm gonna try to do is just take this apart . So I actually want to leave maybe about 1/4 of an inch of space in between my front inside cover and the first page of my signature. So since I ruined this page, I'm just going to get a fresh sheet and then I'll get another one for the back cover. So let me just apologize first for messing up this tutorial. But I'm just going to take all my pages and re-glue them now. So when you turn it over, some of the hinges from the pages will be going over like so, and that's okay because we're just going to chop that off. Okay, so you can see now that there is a little bit of space in between here, and we just want to now flip this over and just cut off the excess of these hinges. So I'm just going to simply do that with my scissors and just cut off this excess. And then I do still have one more page left. So what I'm going to do with this one, rather than putting glue on the front and then going like this, like how we've been doing, I'm actually going to flip the tab over like this and pop some glue on the tab. And then I'm going to just attach it now. I'm going to flip this over and attach it to this page now, just directly onto the page on the right here. So we're not attaching our last page to the spine. That one's just going to go right onto the side here. And honestly, it doesn't matter if you smudge glue on your paper because that's all going to get covered up with your 6x6 paper. And now we can grab, actually, I'm just going to use the one that I messed up because it doesn't matter. We're going to grab our back cover now, and we're just going to glue this 1-inch tab to the back of the spine here of the front. So let's not waste paper and just use this one. So I'm going to pop some glue on the 1-inch tab, and I'm just going to attach it right here. So that's it for the assembly of this mini album or mini journal, whatever you want to call it. And there's the front and all of our pages and the back. So now I just grabbed some of my 6x6 paper to cover up all of the black paper, essentially. I'm probably going to use this Always Remember paper pad. I did win this in a fun challenge / giveaway. Okay, so let's say I want this to be my cover. You are just going to glue your 6x6 papers right over top, and they will fit perfectly on your pages. And then for the spine, if you want to cover that up, you can always cut out a 1-inch by 6-inch piece of paper or a little strip and cover that up. You can use lace trim or ribbon or anything to just cover and then wrap around the sides. Every single page can be covered up with your 6x6 paper. This is how I do the top loading pocket or the side pockets as well. So before I glue on my 6x6 paper, if you want, you can just glue down 3 sides to create a top loading pocket or a side pocket. So that's also an option that you can do. So I'll just do a few pages here with you guys. For my first page here, I'm probably just going to glue it straight on. I'm not going to create any kind of pocket. So I think this page here is a nice little introduction page. And then we can just glue that right over top. All right, flip the page here. All right, so there's my first page. And now I'm going to take this paper here and I'm going to do a top loading pocket. So let's see, you could make a notch at the top or the side, whatever kind of pocket you're doing, or you can just leave it as it is. So why not? I'll just do a little notch here at the top with my 2-inch punch and simply just glue down 3 sides here. All right, so then you can just stick things inside here, put photos on the page or a journal on it. So you can totally use up a 6x6 paper pad, make any kind of pocket you want on any page you want to do it. So that's pretty much how I created my very little journal. So let me just flip through this and show you all the pages covered up. I did a side pocket over here, top pocket there, side pocket, and then I did run out of paper actually, so these two sheets are from a different paper pad, and then I still have to find something for the back here as well as the spine, but I know that you guys get the idea. And so if you want to add a little dangle like how I did, I pretty much just flipped to the middle of my album. So I turned 5 pages here and I poked a little hole just right in the spine here, just with my awl, and then I attached my little charms just the way that I usually do them. So you can definitely add dangles, tassels, or whatever you want to this. Also, if you are wondering why I moved my signature over about 1/4 of an inch here, it's because I wanted it to kind of match in the back here. So you can see there that they're relatively the same size spacing, but there is like the top view this way, just so it would look cohesive, I guess. And so all the pages wouldn't be like jammed up in the front with space in the back like that or something. So that's pretty much why I moved the whole entire signature. But anyway, that's pretty much it for the tutorial, and I hope that you guys have enjoyed it. I'm not going to go through the whole decorating process of this one because that could take days for me. So I hope you guys will make this yourselves, and don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Subscribe to my channel for more crafty fun and inspiration, and leave me a comment down below. I would love to hear from you. So I'll see you all in my next video, and until then, happy crafting and huge hugs as well.